Welcome back to Cold Opal. We are continuing our cutting practice today. We've got two new pieces of boulder opal that we're going to cut into. This one is fairly nice. It has a little bit of kind of semi-matrixy stuff over in the top here. And what we plan to do is make some cuts on the back. We're gonna try to keep as much of this milky stuff as we can and just make a cut along here. And then we're gonna be, continuing that cut into the back. I don't think there's anything good over here, but we might get surprised. You never know. The next piece is a little bit larger, but it appears to just have opal on the tip. Down here is the part that we want to isolate. So we're going to be doing two different types of cuts. One is we're just going to isolate some ironstone off of what we want to cut and polish. And on this one we want to isolate what we're going to cut and polish from the rest of the ironstone and try to keep as much of the ironstone as we can to have some other material. And I think we have a couple things in mind with what we could do with the extra material. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get going. Alright, so success. On the first piece, we cut off an area on the back here, and we were trying to kind of isolate and save the stuff on the front, which at the time it didn't seem super bright. And the first thing I noticed after the stone has dried, and this is dried now, was that the stone was brighter on the front. And I was like, okay, let's take a look at the back. As you can see on the back, there's just a little bit of that white potch / matrix stuff that you can see there. I would say that we cut off at least as much in chips as we did making the cut itself. So if that makes any sense, we have lost about twice this much material or more. So then I put the light behind the stone, and it started to become clear that I had lit up the stone from the other direction. Okay, so just cutting away the back portion, which it's kind of hard to tell on camera here, but that's a good ways away from where that was on the front. Even doing that, which it's got to be at least a centimeter away from where the play of color is on the front of the stone. Even cutting away that stuff has brightened up the face. It's more light is getting through there now, and I'm really pleased that we've made the right choice here in cutting away that back. Now there might be further things to be gained from cutting away on the side here, but there is some nicer material, and maybe not everybody would use it for gems, but some stuff that we could use something else with. So we might need to do a second cut on this one now that we've kind of laid the groundwork and got a fun surprise that this seems to be working out nicely. Very pleased with how that stone is turning out, and I'm excited to see what the next step will hold for it. Now the other one, we did the opposite, where we tried to isolate the opal from the stone and save as much of the stone as we could, and I think we've succeeded on both accounts. This is the ironstone, and this seems to be just plain ironstone now, which that's good. We wanted some of that. And now here we can see where we made our cuts on this one. Now this was a pretty large cut, and you could tell in the video the burr started to, or the diamond cutting wheel started to bind a little bit when it was in some of the larger areas that we were cutting away. And we could have popped on a new disc at that point. We've used that for several stones, and they're not sintered, it's just plated. So we could have changed then, but I figured we could just try, just for practice sake, and just to see how far we can push these cutoff discs to keep going. And it actually was just fine cutting the rest of the way. And we isolated the opal, and this will be easier to work on from here. And we have some material that we can go with and progress on what we're going to do with this. And I'm super pleased. This was good progress. There wasn't any big messes, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.